Alright folks, now today we promised we were going to show you some shortbread recipes for the fall. They're out of this world and I want to show you why and the benefits of all of the above. Right here on my take on Home and Garden. Alrighty folks, let's have some fun making some shortbreads. Now we got a great recipe. This is a basic recipe. And I want to explain real quick. You can take this recipe and make any kind of shortbread you want. If you don't know what a shortbread is, it's void of yeast and it does not have to rise. A lot of us know what it is, but for the ones that don't, I really want to help, because once you have these and find out it's really not a bad deal to make them up. You know, everything's expensive today, especially all the parts and pieces that you need to bake anything, really. It's almost, sometimes it's annoying. But compared to what they want for the pre-made stuff, forget it. We can get 2 or 3 times out of this. Now another thing I'd like to mention is these shortbreads will freeze for months and months, and when you thaw them out and put them on the counter, if you don't get up early enough, the kids will eat it all. They taste like you just made them. I'm not kidding. They really freeze well. So you're going to see a certain amount in our menu, but I'm going to be here doubling it. Now, nobody came to our channel to watch a cook show. We figured that out long ago. So first we're gonna make a pumpkin bread. It's a pumpkin raisin nut bread, okay? And I've got whatever's on sale. Today we have pecans instead of walnuts. And we're gonna chop those. And we're going to put the dry ingredients in first. So the recipe calls for 1/2 cup sugar, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2/3 cup molasses if you want a brown bread, what they call an old-fashioned brown bread, which is off the chain. If you don't want the brown, you add 2/3 cup of whatever fruit, jam, crushed fruit, pie filling, anything like that instead. Okay, 2 cups milk, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 4 cups all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 cup raisins, and 1/4 to 1/2 cup chopped nuts. And that's what I'm going to do for you here, and we're going to catch it up just as quick as we can. I like to put in my dry ingredients first. 1 teaspoon baking soda and 2 baking powder. And those are level spoons. Now I'm going to double up, so we're going to do that again. And we're doubling, so we have 4 eggs going in here. Teaspoon of salt. Right there. 1/2 cup of sugar, which is going to be a cup, because we're doubling our batch. Now this isn't in the recipe, but I like a couple shakes of nutmeg, a couple shakes of ground ginger, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's it. Now I have a really neat trick that I want to share. Some people, oh, I don't want raisins in my bread. They're stiff and I don't want them. One of the mistakes of using raisins is when you just throw them in your batch, they steal the moisture out of your batch. So I have a wonderful trick. Preheated a little water in this pan, and I'm going to dump my raisins in the hot steaming water and put the lid on for about 1 minute. Meanwhile, I'm getting my double can of pumpkin. You see, this isn't the small pumpkin, this is the double, because I'm doubling my batch. I'm putting that pumpkin in now. And I want Mr. Swiper here, that flexible spatula, to get that all out. Okay, was that a minute for our raisins? Now they're nice and soft. That little bit of water isn't going to hurt anything. All it's going to do is make our mix moist, more moist. We're going to start working that in. Fold it in. 2 cups of milk. Doubled. 4 cups. Okay. Another 2 of the flour. Because we doubled. Now that's half, and we're gonna keep that under control. We fold it in half, 2, 4, 2. Now you young folks will laugh. You'll want to get that spray grease and that Pam or whatever. I like the old-fashioned way to grease your pans with a paper and the solid vegetable shortening. Not animal shortening, vegetable shortening. And I'm telling you, they pop right out. I've pre-greased these so you didn't have to be in agony watching. Pre-greased, you want to go about 1/3 to 1/2 full on your pan. There's the little ones I send to the neighbors. Now I'm going to fill the rest of these pans that I can, and we're going to bake them and catch them up. Okay, now our bread's nicely in the oven, and we're at 350 for, depending on your oven of course, maybe 25 minutes. Now we're going to do another batch. This is the incredible Orange Cranberry Nut bread. Okay, so I'm gonna whip that up and we'll look at that too. We only have enough pans for 1 more till we get those other ones out. Another thing, Angela says, are you gonna buy some good looking new pans? I said, what? Now my bread's gonna cost double what the... But here's the real reason. I have my mom's pans, her mom's pans, and probably her mother's pans. That's why they taste so good. There's nothing wrong with them. They clean up and they still work. So if you're like me, anything in the family that works, you hang on to it. So now that we've used everything in our arsenal here, I've greased these pans to catch it up. I wanted to show you this beautiful batter. Now this is the same recipe, except the fruit has been changed to a jar of orange marmalade and a can of whole cranberries with the sauce. Okay, you can see that color. So the nuts went in, the pecans and the raisins. So this is a mouthful. It's a Orange Cranberry Raisin Nut bread. Probably have to go a half here so I don't run out of pans. Now you can have this at Christmas. And we'll have some of this still for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because like I told you in the beginning, they just freeze so well. I like to put a saran wrap around them and then a foil to freeze. There we go. That's a double batch of the Orange Cranberry Raisin Nut bread. Okay, so folks, we just got all the pumpkin bread out of the oven, and I gotta tell you about these cute as can be oven mitts. You see how pretty, double stitch, really nice. Look at this. You can put your hand in. A friend of Angela's has a little Etsy shop, and her and her mom make these, and they're really well done, and they're cute as can be. So we're gonna give you the link for that, and her website on Etsy is called the Thee Enchanted Designs Shop, her and her mother, and it's really cute and affordable. Check it out. We'll put a link at the bottom of the video. Now I have most everything on racks. Let's see if we can get one of these out. Sometimes they need to cool to get them out, but look at, this is what I'm talking about with that vegetable shortening. Oh my goodness. Completely clean, beautiful. Now this is really going to cool off. Isn't that pretty? That's your pumpkin raisin nut bread, folks. And I've got the Orange Cranberry Raisin Nut bread in the oven. So we'll be getting that out in a minute. Meanwhile, can play a little catch. Oh my goodness. Folks, I'm gonna cut this. It's cooled off. I want to cut it so you can see. That pumpkin raisin nut bread. The family will go nuts for. Well folks, that's our short video on shortbreads for fall. Gotta put some real butter on them. I can smell it all through the house. I'm getting ready to go hide it now. The kids are gonna be home from school. Take care, everybody. You know you can follow us on Instagram, and we could use a like, a share, a subscribe if you liked our video. Check out our other videos, and check out that home tour if you haven't been able to. Now we care about all our subscribers. You know that. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.